My name is Sarah Ozu. I'm the CEO and Creative Director of FeSe Millinery. And in FeSe Millinery, we make hats and fascinators. FeSe Millinery is more of business and passion. They are both actually. They are both passion and business. The name of the company is actually pronounced FeSe Millinery Hats. I got the name from the first name of my husband and I, and which is Felix and Sarah. So the first two letters of my husband and first two letters of mine made FeSe. And that's why if you see the capital letter, there's a capital letter in between the words. So I've been in the business officially 8 years. Unofficially 10 years. When I say officially, from the day we registered the business name. Then what is keeping me, right? The passion keeps driving me. I kind of find my peace in this space. When I'm troubled, I pick up a hat and make. And the end result gives me joy. So I find my solace in hat making. Okay, it depends on what drives me. Inspiration most times. Sometimes you might just be flipping through the pages of Instagram, Pinterest, and TikTok, and you just see beautiful outfits. So colors actually do. Fabrics I see inspires me. At times customers will come with their fabric. I want something I can wear with this. The inspiration just clicks. At times we just borrow inspiration from other people's hats, but most times it's always self-creation. And self-creation actually comes with what you already have in mind. So that's the process. Then sometimes I try to sketch out some things, and but most times when I sketch, the end result looks different. So the sketching doesn't mean this is what I'm going to make in particular. It just guides me. So while in the process of making the hat, I change some things and the perfect look comes in. It still boils down to the creativity in oneself. I hate repeating styles. At times when client comes with what I've done before, it's not like they shouldn't come with past designs. I just feel like I'm being limited in my creation. I can create 10 different styles if you permit me in a week. That is how crazy I am. But at times the cost of production actually limits us. And at times when you want to do that, you might end up wasting materials. So we caution ourselves. And that is where sketching comes in. We don't still have the luxury of time to sketch because I love to create hats. When I want to sketch, it's like I'm limiting the time. I love to touch the fabric. Let me just start something. So the sketching takes my time and kills the urge to make the hats. FeSe Millinery is actually a trailblazer. I don't follow trend. I create my styles and maybe people follow. I just love to create new things. We have a lot, but most of the materials we use in millinery, most of the ones that are common is abaca. And abaca comes in different forms. We have the cinnamon, the silk, the bonta. Then we also have felt. This is abaca cinnamon. We have felt. We have wool felt. We have straws. This is also a version of straw, but it's majorly called abaca cinnamon. Then we also have other, would I call it, modern materials that it's now coming in. Yeah, leather is also used in hat making. The one behind me is leather. So we use a lot of materials to work, and it's not limited to satin, but majorly what we use is abaca. Okay, a hatinator, a hat. Let's start with a hat. A hat is one that has a brim and a crown. So it's a completion of a crown and the brim. Then a hatinator is one that looks like takes the shape of a hat, but it's the crown and the brim are automatically joined, not with stitching. Then the nature that is on the hat that makes it a hatinator is as a result of putting an embellishment. I don't know if you understand, an embellishment on the hat. That's why it's called a hatinator. Why a fascinator is an embellished piece that fascinates one's outfit that you can just put on your head. So a fascinator on a hat is called a hatinator. That is how I describe a hatinator. A typical production time of a fascinator, which is more like the simplest of all in hat making, can take you 3 hours. Yes, depending on the design. Typical. But there are some skills embedded in such fascinators that might take you hours. So why I say typical, just simple. Fascinator is actually an embellished piece. So embellishment. So people just take that embellishment and find a pin and tack to it and put it on their head. So it doesn't mean it's a hat. No. So that's why I said that can just take a few hours. But a full hat making can take days, depending, because it takes process. It goes through a process. If a client comes in, let's just take a physical client, I think that would be better. I kind of engage her in discussion that would make me understand her person, her sense of style, her mode of dressing, the event she's going for. And that alone would be able to tell me what she would like, because everybody has what they want, depending on who the person wants to look. And also, there are events that one would want to just portray a certain look. Doesn't mean that's a person's sense of style. So that is where the discussion comes in. So I will engage the clients and understand what is the purpose of the event, because it's not all the time that sense of style and design actually works. So we would ask them, what's the purpose of the event? How would you want to present yourself? How do you want to look on that day? And we'll ask for the colors and the outfit too. All this would help us determine what she would like to wear. Definitely, there are colors that will sell more. And it's also highly dependent on the colors that is reigning that particular year. Like last year, 2024, fuchsia pink, all shades of pink were reigning. Then there was a year that all shades of orange was reigning, burnt orange, you can name it. In this year, last year, till end of last year, gold also reigned. So majorly what we do, most of the colors we do mostly are gold, pink, orange. Yeah. Definitely. And it was actually a learning point for me in the business. It was really challenging at some point that I was like, what's the insult that comes with it? So, but I had to grow up. It was a growing up period. I had to think of what people would think about my business. How do I want to see my business if I'm an external body? And the best way is to just take in the customer and treat the customer the way a customer should be treated. Our customers are always treated as kings. So when the temperament is here, we'll be here pleading So we're always finding a point, and it's been working for us. The person should just be a patient person. You can't be a milliner and be impatient. You will be frustrated. That's so. Is it with the fabric? The skill? No. If you are not patient, you can't survive in millinery. I used to be this kind of person. Let's do it faster. It got to a point I couldn't take it. Millinery actually, would I say, tamed that anger, that impatience in me. Millinery caged it and threw it off, because now there are things that when people are saying, take your time, I will keep telling, take your time. Ma, can't we do it? Especially with my trainees, can't we do it like this? It will take your time. It will fall out. If you don't do it well, it will fall out, and you will end up hurting yourself and your business. So quality, durability, and time taking. Also build your skills would help you survive as a new person wanting to come into millinery. It's not something you have to rush in, because you will definitely rush out. And it's highly capital intensive. Prepare your money. Our viewers can actually always find me on Instagram at FeSe and Hats, FeSe Hats and Fascinator.ng. .ng is not the website. I purposely kept .ng to show that we are in Nigeria. Then on TikTok, we are FeSe Millinery Hats. Just type in FeSe Millinery Hats, you will find me. On YouTube, we are FeSe Millinery. So I mostly use FeSe. Type in FeSe wherever platform you are, you will find FeSe. On Pinterest, FeSe. So, and FeSe is spelled F-E-S-E. Now our physical address is at 23 Road, Shop B18 and B17, along 23 Road, Festac Town, opposite KFC. Would I say opposite or directly opposite? Yeah, KFC restaurants. Upstairs is where you find our stuff.